eu entrevistei o Mason Thames e a McKenna Grace. Oi, gente, tudo bom com vocês? Eu sou a Alice e esse é o Ali aqui. E hoje vocês vão assistir a minha entrevista com o elenco de Se Não Fosse Você. Então, se você ainda não é inscrito aqui no canal, se inscreve aqui embaixo e deixa seu joinha nesse vídeo. Se Não Fosse Você é o novo filme baseado em um livro da Colleen Hoover que acabou de chegar nos cinemas e a Paramount me convidou pra entrevistar o elenco inteiro do filme. Foi muito legal. Primeiro que eles me levaram pra Nova York pra conversar com os protagonistas, o Mason Thames e a McKenna Grace, que eu sou super fã dos dois. Então foi muito legal. O nosso papo foi incrível, vocês vão ver já já. Foi muito, muito especial pra mim e eu amei. E depois eu também tive a oportunidade de conversar online com a Alison Williams, o Dave Franco, que fazem parte também do filme, são o outro casal, né? A Alison Williams faz a Morgan, que é a mãe da personagem da McKenna Grace, e o Dave Franco faz o Jonah, que é um cara que vai entrar ali na vida das duas. E conversei também com o Josh Boone, que é o diretor do filme. Ele também é o diretor de A Culpa é das Estrelas, que é um dos meus filmes favoritos, e essa é a segunda vez que eu tenho a oportunidade de conversar com ele. A primeira foi aqui no Brasil, na CCXP, foi muito legal, inclusive eu falei isso pra ele, e enfim, a conversa foi muito legal com todos eles, foi assim, super, super, super legal. Eu amo trazer esse tipo de conteúdo aqui pra vocês, então se você tá vendo esse vídeo, não esquece de deixar o seu joinha aqui, pra eu saber que você curte esse tipo de conteúdo, que é legal pra vocês também. E agora, fiquem aqui com a entrevista com o elenco de Se Não Fosse Você.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. Congratulations on the movie. I really, really loved it.
Thank you so much.
What do you feel it's unique about your character's love story? Because I feel that it's not like a meet cute, it's something different.
It's very messy. It's very messy
It's
and
very real.
complicated. It's very real.
Yeah, it's hard to put it into words exactly. It's just, in a way, you know, I feel like a lot of people our age watching this movie can relate to a lot of it and these characters, because growing up is, especially in this time, is a really confusing thing, especially what Clara goes through. It's really, you know, tragic, sad thing, and her dealing with the trauma. And, you know, Miller, he had to grow up really young because he basically lost both of his parents and he was raised by his gramps, and that's kind of, you know, all he had. And he fell in love with this girl, and, you know, no matter what she's going through, he wants to be there for her, support her during this, you know, grief and this time. And
Can I say what's special about that to me, and hearing the way that you describe all of it, is that I feel like in this day and age, it is very beautiful to be able to portray a love story like this, because I feel like whenever we look back on love stories that we both adore, it's gonna be like past movies from like the 90s, early 2000s, or even prior. And I feel like in this day and age, it's hard to come by a love story like that, especially for people our age in kind of a very quick-paced social media kind of world. It's hard to find love. And I think that they have a really sweet and messy but healthy relationship. And I think that it was really beautiful to be able to portray that in this day and age.
The movie portrays a good, like, happy, sad balance. So how it was for you to find that balance while shooting it?
I feel like we had so much fun on set, so all the happy moments and all the loving moments, like it was so easy to do, and we were always in such a good mood on set, so it was just easy to put that on camera and call it acting. All of the very intense, and there was a lot of sad and down and intense moments in this film. It was just, you know, getting into character and doing the scene and bringing it to life, but we were also surrounded by such a loving and a very safe environment to take leaps and just mess around and try things as an actor, because you knew that our director Josh kind of had your back.
I
It was
couldn't
just
have said that better.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It was very nice meeting you.
Thank you.
I laughed a lot at the movie, and that was surprising because I was expecting to cry a lot, and I think I laughed more than I cried. So.
Hi, I'm Alice from Ali aqui. It's nice to talk to you guys.
Nice to talk to you.
This is a project that's a little bit different from what you both usually do. A romance, but it also talks a lot about family. So what was the thing that drew you into this project?
I think it's exactly that. It was something new. This is not only a genre that neither of us are that familiar with, but you know, for me, this was a role that felt different than roles I've played in the past. This came to me because I've known our director Josh Boone in passing for many years. We've been trying to find something to collaborate on, and he just watched a movie that I was in called Love Lies Bleeding, and I love that movie, but I play a total dirtbag. And so he reached out and he was like, how would you feel about playing a nice guy? And so it just felt like the right timing, and it was just a refreshing type of role.
The movie shows two different love stories. So what does feel unique about Jonas and Morgan's story in this movie?
Well, what's really nice about the movie is that it's almost like we are the cautionary tale for the younger love story, but it just goes to show that the story's never finished being told, that like as long as you're on this planet, you still have the power to make big changes in your life and big choices. The experience that Morgan has with Jonah both makes her scared of Clara's potential interest in a boy and also root for it eventually, because she knows what it feels like when you just abandon it and you don't follow through.
And the younger actors almost represent like what could have been for us if Jonah would have acted earlier when they were teenagers. And I think because of that, Jonah, he really wants them to work. He like really roots for these kids to get together because he sees himself. He's shipping. That's the word I'm looking for.
Jonah ships them. We're very old.
I'm Alice from Aliyah Key. Hi, Josh.
Hi, Alice. Nice to meet you.
We actually met before when you were in Brazil a few years ago.
Oh, for Comic-Con.
Yeah,
I was
that's
there
right.
with Alice Braga.
So about Regretting You, we have two love stories happening at the same time. So how it was for you to balance out those two stories and to make sure you told everything you needed for them?
It's funny, it's reminiscent of my first movie. I made a movie called Stuck in Love with Greg Kinnear and Jennifer Connelly where they played divorced parents, and you follow them and you follow their kids at the same time, and everybody has their own love stories they're going through. So I felt like I was sort of particularly probably the right person for this one because of that balance between the two generations. And you know, also it's like, I mean, I've always made coming of age movies. Everything I've ever made has younger teenage characters in it or college age characters in it, going through a transitional period in their lives. And you know, I think it's an interesting moment in a teenager's life where they realize that their parents are flawed and human, you know, are actually real people. So that seemed like a good place to start with this. And the two love stories were so different because you're coming from such a place of first love and from love that's, you know, many decades old and like is a much more complicated and different thing than teenage love. It was never boring because they were different enough, I guess is the long-winded answer to your question.
Okay, amazing. And were there any like particular challenges to telling those two stories? Because we have like an older couple, but also their love is very new, as is, you know, the youngest couple. So,
you know, we just held as tightly to the book as we could. And you know, it's like the Colleen Hoover is an institution because her books, they want to see her books. We just believed in the book, and so we followed that book to the end, and the things that we did to make it a movie were very minor. So I was just wanted to make a true adaptation. Authors are such a huge part of my life, and I probably have 5,000 books. I've worked with many authors, and like they're really important to me, and making sure that they're happy with the adaptation of their book means more to me than most other things related to the movie. First and foremost, that they're happy. I was just really happy that she liked it and has supported it, and it brought her happiness.
Clara and Morgan, they have this dream board that they do every birthday. So if you could do a dream board and choose one dream role that you would like to do in your lifetime, what would it be?
Dream role.
Wow, what a good question.
It's hard to say that.
I know yours.
Yeah, I know yours. I know two of them.
I know two of yours.
You
You
say
wanna?
it, or should we keep it to ourselves?
Why wouldn't we say? She asked.
I don't have like a specific role that I'm like, ooh, this would be amazing. I more think about, I guess, directors.
I won't say one of the projects I'm developing and working on because I wouldn't want to tell anybody that while I'm working on it, but I'd say a dream project that I have nothing to do with.
You can say
Yeah.
his and then he'll say yours.
okay.
You want to play and would make a great Kurt Cobain and the Joker.
Ooh, love
Yeah,
that.
that's not what I thought you were going for, but yeah, those are
Yeah,
them.
but then there's also like the sub layer of the Flash or Robin or Spider-Man. So it's like there's also those. There's a lot.
on my
So
board.
it's like
I love
those are
that.
like the subgenre, but those
I
are the
have big
two.
goals, okay.
As you should.
My list is the same as everyone's list. PTA
Yeah.
and Fincher and Quentin Tarantino. But you know what? Rose Glass is on my list, and she directed Love Lies Bleeding. She is a badass. I can't wait to. She's only made 2 films. The first one's called Saint Maud. It's too dark. You don't want to watch this. But it's right up my alley, and I loved Saint Maud. And when she came to me for her next movie, I was like, yes, I'll do anything for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
You, Tangled for sure. Daphne. Daphne, you would make such a good Daphne. That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
There's so many cool ones you've talked to me about, but I feel like those are the main ones that you've talked about a lot.
I
Whoever's
love
doing that Scooby-Doo thing.
Yeah.
Also, I'm here.
Mason.
I'd love to do it too. So
Actually, you both would do a good Daphne and Fred. So who knows?
What? You said that.
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig is the top of my list.
Oh,
Put it
yeah.
out into the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
Greta, I want to work with you so badly. I've known her for a really long time. I'd love to work with her.
I still forever would like to adapt and make Donna Tartt's book, The Secret History. So I've long wanted to do that, which is again a coming-of-age tale, but a unique one. But that book I would like. Yeah.
It would make such a great adaptation. That book is amazing.
Amazing, yeah.